Oh, hello. Michael Proska here at Tombstone Tumbleweed Art, World Headquarters. Hey, before we go any farther, if you haven't done our first tutorial yet on how to install version 2.0 of the Blender Importer, I recommend doing so now, because otherwise none of this is going to make any sense. So there's probably a link up there or down here somewhere there, but go ahead and do that, and then come back, check back here. See you there.
Alright, welcome to the brand new tutorial. I'm going to be using Mandelbulb 19932 just because it agrees with my screen recording software a little better. Now if you watched our previous tutorial, you saw this really elaborate workflow where we had to reload every time we saw things, but this is BTracer2, we don't have to do that anymore. Just go ahead, load BTrace2, go to the Dave02 file that came in the repository. Bam! Just like that. Just that quick. Let's just generate this real quick because we're on only preview. Let's have a look. Ooh, that's pretty. That's looking pretty good. Let's check our points. Okay. Colors look nice. We see some good striping in the Kleinians. We always like the stripy Kleinians. Okay. Let's bump up our resolution to 200 and see what that looks like. Oh yes, very nice. Very nice. Well, that's BTracer2. Alright, let's have a look at the surface detail value here. If we take that down to something like 0.2 and generate, and we get kind of a fat blobby looking fractal, which is cool. It kind of inflates it. And it looks like hard surface robotics something or other. So if 0.2 does that, go all the way to like 5 in the other direction. Well, check this out. Oh, that's a tasty little mesh there, isn't it? Look at that naughty little Kleinian. Yes. But for now, we'll go back to 0.5. Okay. Alright, so let's play with the colors. Go to the lighting tab. We'll zoom in here. Go on Object. Notice I turned off the map. BTracer does not use the map. However, let's turn off no eyeball and see what happens. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. Okay. Alright, it's going a good direction. So, in your color cuts here, you'll see this like little gradient, and that's almost like a mini fractal. All the cool color stuff happens inside, where on this one it's kind of blue. So I'll get a little closer in there. Let's see what that did. Oh, that is gorgeous. My goodness. Thank you, Andreas. Thank you. All right, one last color experiment. Take our good old color variation on the Z slider and just go to the other end. Just see what it looks like. Ah, yeah, that's a winner. Okay, I think we should export this. So we have 170,000 some odd vertices here. Go to Mesh with Vertex Colors. Give it a name and a location. So we're actually going to make two of these. We're going to make one, this one we're saving right now, I would call it low. That's going to be our point cloud. And then we're going to make another one at higher resolution, 300. And we're going to use that one for our mesh. When I was making this, I screwed up and destroyed my low res one, so everything you'll see will be the high res. But let's see, 421,000 vertices, that looks good. Ah, yeah, that's a beautiful looking model. So we're going to have that model with the other colors. Let's go over to Blender. Okay, load up the example.blend file that came with the repository. All right, turn off our plane. Go over, hit X or delete. Go to File, Import Stanford PLY as verts. Let's select our file here and click the verts colors only. All right. Okay, G, Z, move up. R, X 180, enter to rotate. S to scale. And R, let's see, that is, yep, that's a point cloud. Okay. So since this is a point cloud, go to the little wrench and add a modifier. Geometry nodes, select instances. Bam, that quick. Ooh, look at that. Hey, that looks, didn't I just see this in another program somewhere just a few seconds ago? I could have sworn. Man, that looks cool. Dig that. Man. Okay. Oh yeah, boy, that's got potential. Okay. Let's adjust the scale of our little primitive cube here. Get this recentered. Shift and right mouse or shift and middle mouse button to do all that. Okay. Let's take our scale and bring it up to about 0.005. Oh, look at that. That's why I love point clouds. You make them dense enough, and boy, they they look fantastic. They're very unique. Okay, hit Shift A to add. Add in a utilities random value. Change the type to vector. Connect that to scale. Boop. And so this takes the 0.005 and we'll scale it randomly between 0.2 and 0.7. Just give it some natural variation. Let's go back here, turn that off. Let's get our ground plane. Oh, hey, I'm upside down. I was having too much fun. Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty awesome. Okay. We notice that there are some little outlying bits of data here that we'd probably like to trim off and otherwise edit. But if we tab into edit mode, we can't do it because this is still live geometry nodes. They have to be applied first. So make sure you're happy with the way your object looks and just go over and apply. Bam. Okay, now it's an object. Hit tab again for edit mode, and here we are. Very important, turn on this little box here. That's the X-ray, and that will select completely through and select all the vertices that are facing away from you. Hit B for box select. X or delete, choose vertices. Bam, stray data. What's stray data? Very nice. Okay, while we're here, I think we're going to take this top section and flip it over and kind of like fuse the two like you see in the thumbnail image. So just as before, B, box select, and get most of it there. Don't want to select any of the bottom one. Now hit C for circle select and just paint in the rest of your selection. Ha, Blender, you're a beautiful creature. All right, hit escape to get out of circle select mode. Now R, Y, 180, enter. Okay. Now back to edit mode with tab. It remembers the selection, nice. And I'm sorry, RZ180, enter. And GZ. And GX. My God, they almost look like they came from the same object. How about that? All right, hit tab. And there is our unified object. Boy, that is pretty. I like that a lot. Now look at the full, beautiful rendered point cloud that we couldn't have seen before because they were incompatible. Okay, so that's the point cloud workflow. Let's have a look at the mesh workflow. Let's just go ahead and delete our gorgeous, beautiful point cloud. You can save it if you want to. File. Oops, sorry, turn the plane back off. File, import, Stanford PLY as verts. Unclick the box this time and load our sand file. Boing. Hey, that's a mesh. Yeah, that's a mesh. Boy, BTracer makes beautiful meshes and we couldn't ever load them into Blender. But we can now. GZ RX180, enter. S to scale. RY 1 minus 90, enter. All right. I think this time we'll do the geometry first. That's more of a traditional workflow is geometry and then color. So I'm going to take out our extraneous data, tab into edit mode, Alt-A to deselect everything. Okay, X-ray is on. It's already a mesh. We don't need the geometry nodes. And yes, like that. Delete vertices. Oh, I left a chunk. That happens. Sometimes you have to go back in. So let's get that bit there. Okay, delete. All right. And we'll do like we did with the point cloud. We'll take the left piece here and move it into place. B for box select, C for circle select. You remember, you just saw this. Escape. RY minus 90, enter. RZ, oh, GZ, sorry. And, oh, I got a stray vertex there. Well, we'll leave it in, it might look cool. RZ 180, enter. And GX. Yeah, hey, that's got like a stick in there, huh? Well, hey, who cares? All right. Tab back into object mode. Over here, give a right click and shade smooth. All right, now down to the materials tab and just select verts. Bam! I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's ridiculous. This right here, this is why I made this software. This is what I've been wanting all of us to be able to do for many years now, and now we can. So, isn't that awesome? Look at that. It's just badass. And so just some final minor placement here on the plane. Okay. So that's how to get your basic fractal over into Blender using example.blend. In the next video, we're going to dive hard headlong into materials, and we're going to do some really cool stuff. We will see you there. Thanks for watching.